In today's video, we're going to be designing a clean text-based graphic and applying that graphic to a pair of denim jorts that's going to be perfect for the upcoming spring. I'm going to be walking you through my full process, from building the type to seeing how it all comes together on the final piece. The goal here is to master some of the basics, but still leaving it flexible enough for you to use on your personal brand or any of the creative projects you may be working on. I really hope you guys can learn something from this, so be sure to follow along and let's jump right into it. Okay, so first things first, getting started, of course we want to go ahead and set up our canvas. And today's canvas that we're going to be working on is going to be 6,000 pixels by 6,000 pixels at 300 dpi, and that should give us about 14 layers to work with. And since we're going to be designing a text-based graphic, we want to make sure that we go ahead and add some text in. So we're going to go up here to our actions menu, and then we're going to go to add, and then we're going to go to add text, and that should give us a little text bubble that pops up like that. And then we're going to edit the style, and the font that we're going to be using today is going to be all the way down here at the bottom, and it's called Violetta. I'll be sure to link it in the description below also if you guys want to download the same font. From here, we'll just have this generic text typed out, but we're going to expand this to size for a second. And now we can go back in and we can edit the text again. And now we're going to actually type out what we want. So for me, I'm just going to be typing out supply, but I would recommend you type out anything that represents you, your brand, or whatever project that you may be working on. So I'm going to be typing out supply, S-U-P-P-L-Y, and that's looking nice so far. And to make sure it's actually centered, I'm going to go back up here to our actions menu, and I'm going to go to canvas, and I'm going to go to drawing guide. Then let's go to edit drawing guide, and all the way here at the end we'll see the symmetry. Let's tap on that one time and we should see the center line created, and that's going to dictate the middle of our screen, which will help us keep everything centered and on track going forward. So let's just make sure that our design is pretty centered now. Okay, but now that we have this typed out straight, what I want to do is tweak this a little bit so we can get it to be a little bit more custom for our concept. So I'm going to go up here to our arrow tool, and then I'm going to go down here to the end, and I'm going to go to the warp section. And what we're going to be doing here is warping and editing the text so it turns more into an arch shape, which I think will look really nice for our concept that we're working on today. As we see, there's this grid around our text, and what we want to do is go to this top line here, and this is going to be the first line that we're going to be editing. So I'm going to just start pulling up here slightly and trying to keep this as straight as possible, but we can already see that the grid itself is starting to edit, and that's exactly what we want to see. So now from there, once that looks good, we can move down to the next line, and we can just copy that same step and just start pulling up from there, and then move down another line and do the same thing there as well. And then finally we'll hit this bottom line, and again, still in this center area, we're going to pull up one more time, and that'll kind of round out the end of our design to give it that complete warp kind of shape. And it should look something like that when we're done. And also when we start editing and tweaking our text like that, what that does is it rasterizes our text as well. So now this is no longer an editable text. This is just a single shape, like if we downloaded something off of Google or anything like that. The design is looking really nice so far, but of course we want to take it one more step and we want to see what this looks like on a mockup. So let's go ahead and jump right into that. Before jumping into the mockup, let's go ahead and rename this layer really quick. And we're just going to call this our design, and then let's just hide our design layer for now, and then we're going to go ahead and add a new layer in. And then from Quattro's Procreate supply pack, I'm going to locate Quattro's bottoms folder, and then I'm going to be using the Jorts front all the way down here at the very bottom. And now using this green dot here at the top, we want to make sure that that's aligned with the center of our screen. And again, that's just going to help us keep everything on track for what we're working with today. Now that we have our Jorts mockup expanded to our screen, let's go ahead and duplicate this layer. And on this top one, let's go ahead and name this our outline, and we're going to lock our outline layer down. Now we have our outline, we have that second layer that we created, and we still have our design that's hidden just in the background. We're going to be revisiting that soon in a second, but now let's go ahead and add in one more layer. And now we're going to choose the base for our jeans. So whether we want for that to be some kind of light wash, or if we want it to be like a dark wash denim, or even if we want to do like a khaki kind of green, here's where we'd make that decision. But I think for today's design, what I think I'm going to be doing is using this deep kind of tealish color. It's a little vibrant, so I'm going to just turn that down a little bit, but I'm going to be using a color somewhere in this area here. And then from here, so now we have our color layer and we have this base mockup. So let's go ahead and merge these two together, and that's just going to be a pinch. And that should merge the two into one singular image. But of course, we only want to be designing onto our actual jorts and not our entire canvas. So what we need to do is knock out our background. So what we can do from here is go to our selection menu, and we can tap one time in our background, and then we can just drag that right off of our screen. And if that doesn't work for you, what you probably need to do is adjust your selection threshold. So again, if you tap down one time and you swipe to the right or to the left, you'll see a percentage at the top that will say selection threshold, and you want to keep your selection threshold usually under about 30. So when your selection threshold is under 30, what that allows you to do is just tap quickly one time and drag that right off of your screen. Okay, now that we have our base teal blue shorts, what I want to do is bring back in our design. So what I'm going to do is just duplicate that layer that we had hidden, and now I'm going to just drag that right on top of our mockup, and I'm going to be adjusting this to size somewhere right about there, wherever I think this could look nice. And now let's tap on it one time, and we're also going to invert it. Okay, so what that's going to do is whatever our design color was, is going to invert it to the opposite. So of course the opposite of black is white. So now our design is white, but I'm just going to rotate this a little bit so we can get it to fit nicely into our mockup. I think somewhere like that looks really nice to me. And I just want to add in a couple more details to our main design before we start actually designing our mockup. So I'm going to duplicate our design layer one more time. And now I'm going to invert this one again. And now it's back to black. We're going to put this black one underneath the white one. And then we're going to go back to our arrow tool. And then we're just going to drag down slightly to create a nice little drop shadow effect that I think looks really nice and really punches that design up some. Okay, and then I'm going to add in one more layer. I'm going to locate the Quattros brushes, and then I'm going to scroll all the way to the top, and I'm going to find the gemstone brush. And once we have our gemstone brush, right now I have the color selected to black, but what I'm going to do with this gemstone brush is probably starting like right about here. I'm just going to start tracing out this letter, and as we see, what that's doing is just drawing out these gemstones for us as we continue to trace around our shape, which I think creates a really nice detail. And if we need to go back, we can also do that as well. I'm trying to be pretty careful here, and if you need to stop and then start again, that also helps as well with around some of these curves. So I'm just going to go through now and fill out this entire design using our gemstone brush now. And I think this is a really nice simple detail that you can add to any of your pieces or garments or whatever projects you may be working on to really punch up the design some. So I'm just going to go through now, and once we're done, it should look something similar to that. Also, a quick thing that we could do as well if we wanted to is turn on alpha lock, and then if we changed our color to say red, and then we just chose any brush, what we could do is go through and change the color of these gemstones. If we want to do like some kind of rainbow effect, we just go through individually and change the color on each of these designs. And that would also give us a very different effect, very different vibe. But that's also another way that you could approach these gemstones. But for this, I think I'm just going to keep this very simple and just do black for now. And once we have all of our details for our main graphic, what I'm going to do is just swipe right on these three. So that's going to be our drop shadow, our main white design, and those gemstones. And let's just group that up. And I'm going to rename this our main design now. Okay, so this is without it, and now we have our main design in. And I just renamed this our base, so now we have our base. So now we have our base color, we have our main design, and we still have that outline up top. So now we're going to actually start building out this mockup, and we're going to start with a new layer, and we're going to rename this our texture layer. On this texture layer, let's turn on clipping mask, and let's also turn on drawing assist. And on this texture layer, this is where we're going to be adding in a washed effect that a lot of jeans have. So we're going to locate the rough wash brush, and we're also going to select a color, and I'm going to be selecting a color that's like a goldish kind of tan, but still pretty light, somewhere in that area. And I think that looks pretty cool. So now what I want to do is just start lightly coloring in on this thigh area, and we're just going to start filling in very lightly some texture here, and really just making sure we get the texture all around. So a little bit in the pocket area as well, and then some up here in the belt area. And I think that's looking pretty cool so far. And with jeans is really a lot of buildup of texture, so we're definitely going to revisit that texture layer. But let's move on really quick to our shadows, and our shadows will kind of help us ground our texture a little bit and see where we need to add more texture and where the texture looks fine, because our shadows are going to be kind of constant no matter what. So you can find just any soft round brush for this, but I'm going to be using the acid wash one again from Quattros brushes. And with this, we're also going to make sure we're on drawing assist and clipping mask, and I'm just going to go turn my opacity down to about 80, and I'm just going to be following the outline of our mockup and just kind of tracing around that very lightly, and that's going to kind of dictate where our shadows need to go. So just kind of filling in all of this area here, and then also some up there. Make sure we get up here in the inside as well. And I'm going to do a little bit of pocket detailing while we're here too. So after we add in some shadows, it should look something like that. I'm going to go back to our texture now, and I'm just going to kind of lightly erase some of this, not too much, because we just want this to be kind of our base texture. And on our texture layer, what we can do is go back to our light tan color, and we can add a slightly lighter color. And this is going to be a little bit more focused into the center just to really bring home that effect a little bit. So really just like that. That's usually how denim is kind of washed. There's usually a center point where a lot of the texture is focused, and then everything else is kind of fades out from there. So this would kind of be our focus point for our mock-up, for example. And I think this is looking really, really nice so far. And now that we have that, I'm still on our texture layer here. And our texture layer is really where a lot of the texture is going to live, which is fine because it creates a really nice overlap with all the different effects that we're adding in. So now we're still on our rough wash brush, and I'm gonna go up here to our top. And usually when you look at any kind of washed jeans, there's gonna be like some lines that kind of pop out somewhere from there. And what those are called are the whiskers. So now let's add in a couple of whiskers on our mock-up, and I'll show you how to do that really quick. So still on our rough wash brush, and I'm just gonna be lightly drawing out some straight lines, being very, very light with it because we don't want this to overtake our design at all. It's just supposed to add in a little bit of extra detail just to really make these jeans look as realistic as possible. And after we add in those whiskers, I'm gonna throw in a little bit more texture up there. And just to round this out, I'm gonna add in one more layer, and let's rename this our hardware. And on our hardware layer, I'm just gonna be typing in this fly button here and just going back through our layers really quick. So we have that main outline layer, we have our main design, we have our hardware layer, we also have our shadows, we have our texture that we created, and we also have our base. And for some reason, if we did this whole design and you're not really feeling the color of this or anything, which you can do, we still have our base down here. So let's just go ahead and drag a lighter color onto our jeans. And of course that changes the color of our jeans. So now we might have to go through and adjust our texture as well. So that's just a couple of little adjustments that you can make, to make it any kind of which way you'd want. And that's exactly why we break down our mockups into layers like this, because it allows for us to go back and make any kind of changes that we'd want to. But I think for today's concept, this design looks really nice. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. The mockups and brushes I used in this video and more are available now on my website at quattrosupply.com. So if you're interested, definitely be sure to check those out. And there's also a lot we didn't get to go over today, which is fine. Just be sure to leave a comment below of which you want to see more of, and I got you with that. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.